In this video I'm going to talk about prepping, and I'm going to talk about three things, what you might call a triple advice in relation to prepping, and they're all interrelated, as you'll see. The first thing is in relation to bugging in. I love the concept and the theory of bugging in. You've got your own house, farm and so forth, but you always have to have a plan or a backup plan, emergency plan to flee. If there's a disaster, if a storm destroys your farm, if there's a flood coming in, an invasion, the zombies, whatever it is, you should always have a plan to flee. You know, it's fine to talk about bugging in, but people don't talk about the possibility that their place might be destroyed. There might be a drought even, so always have a plan to flee. Now, in relation to that, the second piece of advice is a video that I've already got in this playlist. I talk about containers. It's my belief that smaller containers are always better than larger containers. Many smaller containers for many reasons. If you have leaks, if you have contamination and so forth. And one thing I mentioned was just that, but I'm going to expand on the idea of fleeing, because smaller containers, here's a 1.5 litre bottle of water, you can flee much more easier. You can pack up the car, pack up the boat, quick kids, we've got to go, there's whatever disaster's on the way, pack up the car, take stuff out from the basement, the cellar, the storage, pack up the car, pack up the boat, get your backpacks, we're going to flee or bug out into the mountains or head to the hills or whatever the case may be. You're not going to go carrying massive containers of, you know, tanks of water and so forth, but small things like that you can pick up and take in your backpack, whatever. And think about young children, old people, the infirm and so forth who can't pick up heavy things. Smaller containers are easier to move and so forth. You might have a broken arm, an arm in a sling or something. You've only got one hand, you can still pick up a few things like that and run for your life. So that's the second thing. I've already talked about that. Smaller containers are better than larger containers for fleeing as well. And what you need, the third piece of advice, is things like this. You need these sorts of bags. Now this bag here, pictures worth 1,000 words. I don't even know what this is called. You can see the sort of bag it is, pretty well made, even waterproof, big looped handles, and that's good to put over your shoulders if it's heavy. Okay, there's a large size one, and you've got these sorts of small size ones, pretty pink flowers, doesn't matter what it looks like, with big looped handles. You can take these shopping, and again, put stuff in there, over the shoulders to take, and if you have these sorts of bags, you can then take stuff out to the car, to the boat, load stuff up. If you're prepping at home, storing stuff, if you've got enough of these bags, keep things in these bags, just on the shelves. Don't even take it out of the bags. Keep all your stuff in these bags, so if you have to flee, you can just pick up those bags and go. If you don't have many bags, you can put stuff in, take it out to the car, the boat, unload it, come back, get more stuff, take it out. And like I said, your kids, your old people, infirm people can help you by taking whatever they can carry in these sorts of bags. So then your smaller containers are now going into bags. You're fleeing out to the car, the boat, and you're on your way. So you can see how those three advice are all interrelated. One is always have a plan to flee. Bugging in's okay, but have a plan to flee, an emergency backup plan. Smaller containers are better than larger containers, and these sorts of bags to pack up and flee, pack up the car, the boat, whatever. Backpacks are great too, because the whole load's taken on your shoulders. If there's a belt around the waist, the load's taken on your waist, your hips and so forth. If you have to go camping style, head to the hills and so forth, or walk and so forth, shoulder bags are an option, but backpacks are better. And the last thing I want to talk about, which I don't have here to show you, are those wheeled trolleys. You know, the old stereotype of old grannies going shopping, put in the little cart with two wheels. They're great for any age for prepping. You can take stuff out to the car, again, load up stuff, take it out. Children, old people, the infirm who can't carry many things, those little carts are great for that purpose. So there it is, quick summary. Always have a plan to flee, even if you're bugging in. You never know what emergency is going to come. Have smaller containers for prepping, and even bugging in is better than larger containers. And if you have to flee, you can then take much more easier your smaller containers and have these sorts of bags, backpacks and so forth, those trolleys to load up the car, load up the boat, and you can go. So there it is. Any comments or questions, take care, and I'll see you next time.